Hey, what's up guys? We're gonna do another video on my coffee machine, the Breville Barista Express XL. We're gonna do one, I'm gonna show you kind of a better way to pull a shot and a little bit more detail than all the other videos are doing. Now, I really like the guys at Whole Lot of Love. They really do a pretty informal video. It's just pretty short. And they don't give you a lot of options. They do a quick review. So this is going to be like part 3 of the video that I'm doing, and it's going to be a little bit more in depth about pulling an awesome shot on your machine. Now, I did first I had the Mr. Coffee espresso machine, and it used a filter basket that was pressurized. It used this. Now this filter basket makes pressure because it has a bunch of holes in one side, and then the other side it has just one hole, so it doesn't matter about the grind size or the tamp because it's going to build pressure in there regardless. And the pressure doesn't really go more than a couple bars anyway, so it's not really that awesome. And the crema is usually really light. It's not very dark. The crema you have should be more of a dark orange to a darkish red. So I've graduated to that. I'm using the filter basket that is holes on both sides. I need to extract a shot. I need to make the pressure on my own through the grind size and through the amount of coffee that's in here. So I'm gonna turn it back on. It's got this is a cool machine from Australia, and they have a lot of cool little nifty things on there that they made. Like the camper is magnetic, it sticks in there. They have a cool drip tray that's pretty big, and it has a cool little pop-up thing that popped up here that says empty me, which is cool. I'm gonna empty it right on this way. And it always this machine, you don't like on the expensive machines. What you do is when they're too high, you have to go ahead and purge the machine a little bit. This purges itself and goes into the drip tray. So what they did is they put this back there in the back. It is a tool storage tray, but I find that water will kind of end up getting back there, so I don't use that. I just put my tools and stuff in there and store it back in the back. And I never really use the single trays because nobody really uses those. You don't really pack up that much coffee in there. It does a single shot, but like if you go to any coffee house and on the commercial machines, they're always pulling double shots. You know, like if you go to Starbucks, they pull a double shot regardless if they're going to give it to you or not. So it always comes out better with more coffee in there, it seems like. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this to it's on a 2 right now, and I've had the coffee for a couple days, and it's starting to dry out just a little bit. So this is the second time I've packed in the hopper, and I'll store the rest of them in a Tupperware container like this. I'll use 2 of them. So I'm already down to my second one. I'm using the Cafe Verona beans. I like them a little better than the espresso. This is really sweet, roasty, sweet, and dark cocoa. And that's what I like. I like it either caramely or sweet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a cappuccino on here and show you guys a little bit better. So first, what I want to do now, it's got a pretty good group head here, so it's gonna stay warm. But I want the portafilter warm too in the basket. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a shot on the machine, to warm up that group head. And I'm gonna go ahead and put hot water in the cups that I'm using too. That's gonna heat up the cup, so it's not gonna shock. Espresso's not gonna get shocked with a cold glass. That's also important. So that kind of came out. Now what it does have, which is kind of cool, which they're getting kind of used, is it has a little pin right here, and that keeps the basket from popping out when you're dumping out your shot. Now that's what my Mr. Coffee thing didn't have. So it does have a lot more perks than the cheap $150, $200 machine. This one was $600. So it's got a lot of cool stuff going on for a semi-automatic machine. Has a lot of stuff. It's got a huge water pitcher back here. It's about 100 ounces or 2 liters, I think. So grind size on 2. This is nice and warm. We're gonna go ahead and pull a shot. I have to grind them out straight up. So I don't weigh out how much coffee I'm grinding. I'm not up to that point yet, but what I've noticed is if I put the coffee in there and I'm doing it a little, I'm underdosing a little bit, because I find if I'll be able to build more pressure by underdosing. Okay, so I'm putting my tamper flat. I'm gonna push straight down with my elbow pointed at the ceiling. I'm gonna push down and then put my hand there, push down pretty much as hard as I can to get the most pressure I can. I'm looking for a pretty slow drip out of there, where I get about 60 ounces in about 30 to 40 seconds. So really, if it goes longer, I'm okay with that. If it takes longer. Now, I've got this right where it's completely flat. Now, what's cool is the filter basket is flat while the angle curves. So when you sit it down with the packet, it's flat. So it's easier to do that. I'm gonna clean up the edge and wipe down that area. So everything's warm now. And I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. On the it does have espresso gauge on here, so that's gonna show you what where it's at. And really, without that, it's hard to tell if you're extracting the right amount if you're getting the right amount of pressure. Because really, when it's straight up and down, that's when I'm getting my optimal shot, I think. So I'm gonna pull a shot here and see how it looks. I'm looking for about 2 ounces. And I'm looking for espresso that comes out just nice and slow. It looks like warm honey. And that's doing perfect. It's nice and slow. It's dark at first. And my espresso range is right exactly where I like it. It's right straight up and down. And it's consistent in the staying there. I'm going to look and see how much I'm producing here. And wait till the solid dark gets up to the 2. Oh, there it goes. It stopped. So that's about perfect. And I'm gonna see how the top looks. It's nice. It's dark. And it's perfect. It's got a good amount of creme on there. That's what I'm looking for. That looks awesome. It's really thick. And that is just going to be a beautiful shot right there. That's what you're looking for. Now that is something you don't get out of a cheaper machine. So steaming the milk, I'm going to pull it up to where the where it stops right here. So it's got a cool Italian pump on there, and it will start. It will start going. And you can hear it, the pump start kicking in. Sounds like a cool heartbeat. It's pretty loud, but typical from a Italian pump. Stop it for a sec. Put the espresso in there, or put the milk in there. I let it rock down right on the table and start moving around in a vortex. I'm just incorporating a little bit of air and warming it up. Before I stretch the milk, I'm going to warm it up first. And then, in the meantime, over here, I'm going to divvy up my shots and put an ounce in each one. Alright, so this is getting nice and toasty. I'm really just right on the top there incorporating air in. Now this is a skill, I've been doing this for a year now, so I've been pretty good at it. And it's pretty hard to do with, this is 1% milk, so there's no fat. What you're doing is stretching the proteins in the milk. And there's not much fat in this, but you can already see it's already doubled in size. Now you can tell, I can tell just from doing it, but when you want to barely be able to touch the side, that's when you know your milk is done. And you always want to purge your machine. And you want to wipe it down with your wet towel. You always have a wet towel with you. And then what that is it's purging right now, so it's getting ready to bring it. It's got a thermocoil instead of a boiler. That's why it gets so hot quick, but it takes longer to steam the milk. And it's going to cool things down, so you can do another shot pretty much right away. It's another feature of this. It's cooling it down right now. It's purging it. So I do cappuccino, so I don't do latte art. I pretty much want it as much bubbles as I can get. So I'm going to knock out some of the big bubbles and reincorporate that steamed milk with the froth milk. What I do is I just put that bad boy right in there. Yum. My favorite is caramel macchiatos. What I'll do is I'll get caramel and put it on the top there. And steamed milk is pretty nice. It sits right on top there. And that's perfect. Alright, we'll see you guys at the next cappuccino macchiato. Peace.